Hello, dear student. Today, our topic is on natural disaster, uh, where you will learn about natural disaster of different natural disaster. Then you will learn about the causes of natural disaster like avalanche. What are the causes of avalanche, earthquake, flood, and cyclone? Then we will come to know about suggestion of different safety measures while these disasters. So if you come over here in natural disaster, it in come in our mind what is natural disaster. Natural disaster is actually an event of which resulting from natural process of the earth like flood, volcanic eruption, earthquake, tsunami, and other geological process like landslide, and these things, these are nature which loss of life properties, damages of different properties, which is the event where you lose your properties and these. So then, as written over here, a natural disaster can cause loss of life property damage and typically leaves an economic damages in its wake. So these were of the natural disaster. And what are the other? There are different kinds of natural disasters like landslide, which you recently find in Gilgit, like in take example of this one was of Atabad Lake happened because of this landslide. Then you find these another avalanche which had a place of Nagar areas. This was also practically we find in our areas of avalanche. Then we find these parts of in Gilgit Baltistan. Then we find earthquake. Earthquake is also a natural disaster which we making damages of properties and live. These are the homes which are happening after that natural disaster. And then we come into flood. Flood is also a natural disaster which damage the properties. Then we come to cyclone, and cyclone are happening in mostly in ocean areas, or mostly happening the waves are coming toward the land. So these were uh, happening in natural disaster. So these are the rockfall or debris are coming down from that mountainous areas, rock falling over here. Then what are the causes? Now we understand what is the causes of earthquake. So earthquake was actually why earthquake, why the movements of shaking that lanes, why, what is the cause of earthquake. So we find three types of movement in our earth. There are almost 13 plates by which they are moving of different ways, like divergent mean which come together make it diverge from this one. Then you find continental collapse. So these were also part of that movement. Then we find transform which strike with each other. Then another one is of conversion. So these three movements are of happening: conversion, diversion, and transform, because of this one, and this one. So these three are mainly part of cause of earthquake. So what happening because of that? Because of that, when it starts shaking, so the earth moving on his place from his place. So because of that, that natural disaster happening of earthquake. So then, what are the major properties, safety measure that you have to keep in your mind? Drop, cover, and hold on. You have to do this while there is earthquake. These are the safety measures. What are the another safety measures for the flood? You can look over here. If the height floor of your home become dangerous, get onto the roof, and these where you find over here. Then another one is to which you have to not do, that is, do not attempt the travel while flooding. Then people escaping flood water as a last resort, do not stay in a attic, you could become trapped. like you have to look these safety measures while there is flood. Then what are the avalanches? What happened? What are the safety measures for avalanche? Be aware of the recent weather of the conditions. What is the weather condition of your areas? Then you have to take proper avalanche safety training. Then carry survival equipments. Then you have to travel into with the group. So these are the safety measures for avalanche. While if you are in the down of the avalanche, you have to make your hand one side up. Might be your hand will be visible for them, then they will give you rescue. Then deep breath before snow harden. So you have to take these safety measures. Then you have to look on the landsliding while you are traveling from one place to another one. There might be a signboards on the road, so you have to look on that and be careful on these areas. So these were some of the safety measures, the causes, and the natural disasters. Thank you so much.